Yo, what is up, guys? Hope guys have a lovely day so far. So back for another vid note on this channel. So this time we're doing this 50-cent race around Imola, this one. So this is a social race took place on Tuesday, so a few days ago. So Tuesday evening. So yeah, so just sorting out my strategy and what you do in a 50-cent race or wherever. So this should be fun. So make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. I'll appreciate it a lot. And also notifications as well. That'll appreciate out and it'll help out a little bit. So I'll appreciate it a lot. So let's jump into the race. I skipped the Formation app because it was on broadcast. So no worries there. 5 nights are out and away we go at Imola. Not a bad start. A really good, okay start for me. Then Ferrari had a bad start. He was the only guy on the softs. So a confusing strategy, but safe car was on in this race, and damage was on as well. So it was I was kind of confused which strategy to go for. So I decided to go on to the mediums instead of the hards, what I normally do. If it was no safety car, I would, mediums hards would be the way to go. So, and also help the tyres a little bit as well, because it's a bit more, it's more grip than the hard. So, all that. So halfway around the first lap, I'm only getting 2 places at the start, so not too bad. So no damage, I haven't spun yet, and no warnings as well. So not a bad start for me on the first lap. So coming towards the chicane right now, trying to get through here nice and tidy. Not too bad through there. So just trying to stay with these guys right ahead of me, because I know he's quick. Walcott's quick. Thomas is okay. Average okay driver. And YT is leading the race, starting from P2 on the grid. And Psycho is P2. So he started on pole for the race. And I started P11. So in the middle of the grid. So decided to go somewhere different instead of being at the back. Or why not? So coming through here on lap 2, got none of frags behind us, but that's not our problem, so we can continue our race. Well, and there's a nice battle for P6 at the moment, so the P5 is kind of clear away a little bit from us. Trying to stick with them through the middle sector, so make sure I get through here nicely, like that. So not too bad. And then coming through the chicane again, I managed to caught them up again, and trying to stay with them, but luckily I'm still there, and my pace is okay, so I'm feeling okay at this point. So what I'll do is follow them until anything happens in the race. So the end of that too, still okay at this point, feeling alright at this point. So just trying to follow them as best I can, and hoping it goes well from here. Through the first sector again, getting close to this Aston Martin, the P8, getting closer to it now. And then coming towards this corner here, Walcott in the Williams made a mistake on that corner. So he just lost the car, on my point of view. So he discussed me after the race. He said he got hit or something, but on my point of view, he didn't. So yeah, that's a bit weird on that one, but I'm lucky for him. So yeah, so he just lost the car on that turn. So that's a shame. But anyway, we still continue the race on that 3. So on that 4 right now, still behind these guys. Got a warning there, but it's only my first warning, so I mean that's not an issue. So Walcott managed to get into P9 again, so a 4-second gap from him, where I am. So coming through here, I got the DRS from Mercedes, so Yasmine got past him. I decided not to use my ERS, but I'll use a little bit of ERS on the last corner, only a tiny bit, because I want to save my ERS as much as I can, because ERS is kind of important on this game, but it was on the other games, I'm not sure. So I'm still behind this Thomas 22 in the Mercedes for P7. So, and then this Alfa Romeo made a mistake at that corner, so that puts me into P7. So unlucky for him as well. So not too bad there after 5 laps. So kind of okay at this point. Yasmine's gone off in the distance now. So just trying to stick with him for the DRS at the end of this lap, and hopefully I'll get past him by the first braking zone in the first sector and all that. So I'll go through here. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad at all. So now coming towards the last 2 corners, I managed to get into his DRS once again. Now this is where I have a chance to overtake him, because he hasn't got DRS from that Aston Martin right in front of me. So I use my EOS a little bit, DRS open, not too much EOS, but use a little bit, and then I managed to get past him right now. So I managed to get past him before the braking zone, at turn 1 or 2, wherever the turn is. So I got through here nicely, and that puts me into P6 of the race. As we move on to lap 8 of the race, 2 laps later, still ahead of the Mercedes, so no issues there. And this guy made a mistake, who was in P5, and he made a mistake there. So that puts me into P5, in the top 5 right now, into 5th place. By the end of that, well, on that 8 of the race. So going alright so far. So far so good after 8 laps. So not too bad. So coming through here, Thomas in the Mercedes made a mistake right behind me. So he's out of the race with a DNF because he crashed. And that brings out the safety car. First safety car of the race. So that's kind of tricky for the hard runners. For me, I'm on medium, so I don't know what to do at this point. So I'll go for hards. It won't last to the race. So I decided to stay on the mediums by the end of lap 11, and this is where the tyres will be kind of worn at this point. So I've got an okay restart. The leader, who was on hards, didn't even stop yet, so he's okay. And hards should be okay at this point, but mediums, no. Some of the guys are pitting for hards, mediums, brand new mediums or hards, or something like that. Just checking my tyres are okay, everything's alright. As we move on to the end of lap 12 into 13, we really lost a few temps from the leaders. Well, the leader, I meant. And then we've got this Red Bull Cyclo right alongside me. Didn't mean to hit him there, but my apologies for that. So he got past me. Well, I'm not letting those guys on. I'm not letting him through on purpose because my tyres were so worn. I should have pitted that. I should have pitted under the safe car, but I wasn't sure. I know the hards and softs won't last to the end. And this Ferrari guy, Mr. Righty, got past me there. Nothing I can do there. And then Walcott, who's on fresh mediums, got past me there before this corner. So I lost 3 places in a few corners in 1 lap. Yeah, I know my tyres were worn at this point, so kind of struggling a little bit. So at this point I feel like my race is screwed at this point. And we're coming towards a lap later, on lap 14. Lost about 2 seconds from those guys. Got this Red Bull right behind me, he's on mediums. And trying to hold on a little bit, using a bit of EOS. Just trying to stay ahead. Coming through here, I did give him space. And kind of a bit messy there, but a little bit bargy there, but luckily I managed to hold on. Use a little bit of EOS, and managed to get into staying P5. So at the end of lap 15, I decided to come in for the soft tyres, because the hard tyres can make it to the end, because I worried it will be another safety car or something, so I thought I'd come in for softs. I know the hards, I should have gone on to the hards, but softs are the way to go. Another purple score for the pit lane, and nice stop for the team there. Nice one there. So I didn't get a 5-second penalty. That's kind of important in this one. I didn't go on the hards because I know it's going to be another safety car, so I thought I'd stay on the softs. So I thought I'd do softs just in case there's another safety car or something. So I should have grip, but it won't last long or something. As we come towards a lap and a half later, on lap 17, I managed to go up to this McLaren. I'm in kind of 14th at the moment, so that dropped me to 14th in the field. But luckily, we've already gone past halfway of the race. So I'm trying to get into his DRS, so this should be an easy pass for me. So just trying to take my time through here, use a little bit of DRS till I get to the DRS zone. Right now, using a DRS, save it DRS a little bit, managed to get past the McLaren right there. Some of them have got penalties, and I'm the only one with no penalties, apart from the leader, apart from the Ferrari M1 righty, that was his name, if I get that right. So coming through here, managed to get into P13, and then this Alfa Romeo got DNF'd here, made a mistake, and that brings out another safety car. So that saved my race a little bit. So thank you very much, in the Alfa Romeo, so where his name is, I appreciate it a lot. So I decided to come in for hard tyres, because I haven't used the hards yet. And then I decided to use the hard tyres, so that is why I went on the softs. So yeah, thank God I had brand new hard tyres. So try and make sure I get a purple score. I managed to get another purple score, another good stop, and I didn't get another 5-second penalty in the pit lane. So, well, the limiter. So managed to bang on the limiter there, the first time, but second time I wasn't rushing at all. So now I'm on the hard tyres, so I definitely can make it to the end of this race on these tyres. So the tyres are really cold, just trying to warm these up as much as I can behind the safety car. So just trying to get some wear in there a little bit, just trying to get some grip in there, so I don't have to worry about at the start. So we're coming towards lap 21 at the end of the safety car to start the race again. This restart is a little bit messy than it was. Well, I don't know what. A little bit of the first one was weird. This one was a little bit weird, but luckily we managed to continue the race. This Ferrari guy was right alongside me, and then I don't know what just happened. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Don't know what just happened there. Kind of a bit weird. And then a Ferrari made a mistake there on the exit. Lost the car or something, like Walcott did on that 20 laps ago. So he's DNF'd from this race. So now, back into P11, so not too bad. So now what I'm going to do now is try and not get any warnings and try not to get any penalties, because if I don't get any penalties, I should have a chance to get good result. So what I'm doing is following these guys, and then coming through here, Nation made a mistake at the chicane, or maybe got tapped from behind, or something. Or that's what I'm guessing right now, or something, I don't know. So yeah, so that's what happened to him. So he's on the median, so he might stop under the safety car. That guy made a mistake, who got spun around. Luckily that didn't affect me, so that's not too bad. So we've still got another 10 laps remaining from this race. So I'm kind of in the good place right now, or something, because my tyres are not worn, and I'm on on fresh hards, and I've got a little bit of grip on the hards, so my tyres were okay at this point. Feeling alright at this point, in the top 10 again. So now I'm just trying to stay with these guys, and then see how we go from there. Just trying to make sure I don't get any warnings, and then hopefully no damage, no mistakes, and then hopefully it'll be a good result from there. So coming through here, trying to stay with them. This guy was trying to get past me there. I wasn't trying to turn at this point, because I wasn't turning. I was just trying to turn at the right point. And then that guy made a mistake right in front of me, you just saw. So that's the second time he got spun in that race. Yeah, he is quick. I do respect him, he's quick. But he's kind of aggressive sometimes, but it's not his fault. I mean, I know he's quick, but feels like it's a bit awkward overtaking me there at the chicane on that 23. I don't know, you could have waited at this turn, at turn 1 or something. So, and that later, on that 25, managed to go up to this McLaren for P8. Just trying to, it's got no ERS at all, so I've got about 60%, 80, I've got 80% of the ERS, so still got loads of ERS to play. So I'm in a good seat, I'm in a good place here. And he's got 6 seconds of penalties as well, so no surprise there. Yeah, that AlphaTauri, I mean, fair play to him, but we could have waited at turn 1 or something. I mean, that would have been the best way to do it, but I don't know. It's fine, but at least we survived it anyway, so at least we didn't make a mistake. At least he didn't got spun around. It's fine. Now trying to get into this DRS. And we are trying to get past him here, right now. He decided to go in the pit lane for soft tyres at the end. So because his I think his hard tyres are really worn, I think. And then this guy, he's got 16 seconds of penalties. So I thought, okay, I'll just let him through. He's quick as well, so I thought I'd let him through, so he can pull me along a little bit from the race. So I can catch up to the rest of the field, or something like that. So that 26 out of 32. Feeling okay at this point, no penalties, I'm alright so far. My tyres should make it to the end, so thank God the safe car saved me there, so if it wasn't for the safety car, the second one, I would have been screwed with the whole race, so would have been screwed there. And then the Red Bull made a mistake there, so that puts me into P8 right now. And then these two got connived or made a mistake or something at that chicane or something. Managed to get past one of them, but the McLaren trying to stay in his DRS, so because I can get past him easily, because he has no EOS at all. So I use a bit of EOS here, DRS right now, and so I use a little bit more because they got this Aston Martin right behind me. So I managed to get past him here, so I don't use it at all. I managed to get past him before the braking zone, and then the Aston Martin got stuck behind the McLaren, so I managed to gain a second on those guys. So that was lucky for me, so to get past him there. So that was kind of what I need to do. We move on to lap 28, and lap later. Aston Martin managed to get back into my DRS zone once again by 8 tenths now, towards the end of the last 2 turns. He's still in my DRS zone, but I just need to hold on a little bit more. Coming through here, this guy made a mistake again at that same corner. So that puts me back into P5 of the race. So now I just need to try hold on to the Aston Martin, who's in P6. So just trying to hold on, trying to stay nice and tidy, and then see where we go from there. And all that. So that guy got DNF, so he's had enough, call it a day or something, on there. not too bad. And then coming towards Nat 30 right now, sorry. Coming through here, still in P5. And if you look up ahead, Mr. Cyclo, who was on softs, he's got a puncher on Nat 30. So that puts me into P4 right now. So he's got a puncher on Nat 30. So I thought, I was thinking, like, why is he on the softs? He could have just gone on to, what, I don't know, maybe he hasn't got mediums or hards or something like that. And then he got this, then he's got a 3-second penalty right behind me, so that saves me a little bit. But he's still right behind me by 5/10. So using a little bit of EOS just to clear away. Luckily, managed to hold on for another lap. And then coming through here, I went through here nicely, and he made a mistake again. That's the third time he made a mistake. Well, it's the third time he's got. Well, I think he crashed into a wall or something, or I don't know. So he got spun again for the third time in this race. So that saved. So that bit, I was like, oh, thank God for that. So I can finally rest now. So from the nice battle there for P5, P6, P4 right now, when all these races are going along. So coming through here, I was thinking, right, Walcott is only 6 seconds up the road, and he's still on mediums since the first safety car of the race. So he's been on mediums since the first safety car. So he's on all mediums right now, and Nation is on. He's on a little bit fresher than Walcott's mediums, but he might be a little bit worn at the end of the race. Well, Psycho got DNF from the puncher, so bad luck for him. So better luck next time. So, well, never mind there. So what I need to do now is try get into under 11 seconds from P2, and then under 6 seconds from Walcott. Because I know these two are on worn tyres, I'm on okay hard tyres. And then Mr. Righty, who's in the Ferrari, who's still leading, so no penalties at all, so fair play to him. So I guess he's won the race on the map, on lap 32 right now. This is the final lap now. Still got a 4-second gap behind me from the McLaren, so I'm kind of okay for 4th, top 5 right now. So I just need to try get under their 11 seconds or 6 seconds from those guys. As we come towards through here, the Ferrari M1 Righty won the race. So fair play to him. So not too bad. Once again, not too bad for him. Very good today. As we come towards the last corner, I managed to finish P4 on the road, but those two have got penalties, and that puts me up to P2 in the top 3. So that got me kind of a podium for me. So I was really pleased when I crossed the line to get P2. So I thought, yeah, so I was quite pleased with it. So yeah, so I was happy with P2. So not too bad then. So I was quite pleased with it. Walcott managed to get 3rd from these worn medium tyres, so he managed to hold on to the end. Psycho had a puncher, so didn't make it to the end, but Walcott did, so yeah, fair play to him. So on those worn mediums since the first safety car. And then Mr. Righty won the race, so well, I said that earlier, fair play to him. And I managed to get a P2 in the race with no penalties, and yeah, thank God the safe car came out, so it saved my race a little bit at the end. So I was pretty pleased with it. So yeah, so that is Imola around this track. So I'm going to end it here, so make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and also notifications as well. I'll appreciate that, will help me out, that will appreciate a lot from me, so from these videos. So yeah, so I'm going to see you guys around, see you guys next time, see you guys in the next video, and see you later.